So 2015, you're 37 years old, and you get diagnosed with kidney failure.
Yeah.
When they first told you the news, did you understand the extent of what that meant, or did it take you a while to figure it out?
No, I understood. They explained it to me. Like, it just was like a shock. Like, I knew something wasn't right because I was feeling like fatigue, like more tired than I normally would feel. And I went and did blood work. It was like right after the Made in America that year. I went and did blood work. And the doctor reached out to me probably like a couple days later, like, you need to get to the emergency room. Your electrolytes is out of whack. Your creatine level was through the roof. So I went to the masjid and I prayed and I asked Allah, like, just help me deal with the situation and just help me be able to stand whatever it is. And then when I got there, I was diagnosed with kidney failure. That was September 15th. The next day, they cut my chest open, they put a permacath in my chest, and I started doing dialysis. And that was in a hospital, so I'm like, okay. Then when I actually went to the dialysis unit and I walked in there and then I seen the rows of people getting dialysis, I'm like, wow, this is really my life now. Like, it was like wow, like it's alhamdulillah that I had Islam and and understanding that God's not gonna put nothing on us that we can't handle, because it was a shocker. Like, I had to do that joint 3 times a week, 4 hours a day. Sometimes after dialysis, you don't even feel like doing nothing. Like, you just want to sleep. Sometimes when you're in dialysis, the process of dialysis, it cleans the fluids and the toxins out of your body. So they stick me with 2 needles. One is called the venous, one is called the arterial. The one needle pumps the blood out of your body and put it in the actual dialysis machine. And your blood goes through the machine and it filters and cleans all the fluids and the toxins out of your body. It does the job of your kidneys. And then the other needle pumps your blood back into your body. So that's a 4-hour process. Sometimes they might take too much fluid and then you'll be cramping. Like, it's a lot of things that can happen with that. One day I was in there and somebody died right next to me. And like, going to dialysis is like a family because you in there with them 3 times a week, 4 hours a day. So I gained like relationships with people there. Like, and the day that I went when somebody died next to me, it just happened to not be my day because I think I had to travel or something like the day before. I never missed a dialysis treatment, but sometimes I might have had to do it a day earlier or a day later because of my schedule. So that time it was a day later. And when I got in there, the person that was sitting next to me was somebody that I didn't know. But he didn't even want to get put on dialysis. Once he got put on the machine, he started turning green. And then they like tried to put a partition up so I wouldn't see. But he right next to me. I seen the whole thing. He started turning green and he passed away. And I'm like, damn, that could be me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I compare it to the streets. Like, when you're in the streets and you see like you in a drug game, one of your homies might get shot or something might happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like, damn, that could be me. We doing the same shit. That's how I felt. Like, man, that could be me, man, and it definitely was a life changer. And I decided to stand in front of it. I work with the National Kidney Foundation. I'm the celebrity ambassador for the National Kidney Foundation. I work with Gift of Life. And I, try my best to spread awareness about kidney health because I had 3 risk factors, one being hypertension, another one being diabetes, and surprisingly, just being African American is a risk factor. I had those risk factors. I had an uncle that had kidney failure, got a transplant, then had kidney failure again, had to go back on dialysis. I had a cousin that died from kidney issues. And it's something that affects a lot of us. And I was unaware that it could happen to me. So I try my best to spread the awareness and let people know because it's something that can happen to me and it can happen to you. And it can be avoided by taking care of yourself and putting the right stuff in your body and taking the proper steps to make sure you doing the right thing.
Well, you had to wait 3 years for a new kidney.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years, yeah. And I did a special procedure where they gave me a kidney with hepatitis C, and they cured the hepatitis C. And if I wouldn't have did that, who knows how long I would have been waiting. Like, it's people wait on the transplant list 10, 15 years.
Wow.
People die on the transplant list waiting to get kidneys.
Yeah, I mean, Scarface went through the same thing a couple years ago.
Yeah. Shout out to Face. That's my bro. Soon as he was diagnosed, I reached out to him and we was going back and forth. I was giving him the game. I remember when he was ready to get his transplant, he called me like, "Yeah, Free, I'm about to get the transplant." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, that's what's up." Like, shout out his son. His son actually gave him the kidney. And,
Right.
That's a blessing, man. We got a chance to visit Houston probably 6 or 7 months ago, and I got to see him after he got the kidney and everything, see his son and everything, and I'm happy for him, man. And you see it happen to him, it happened to me. It can happen to any of us. That's why it's important to have the knowledge.
Well, I remember when we first announced that Scarface needed a kidney, we had all these people. Like, people were emailing me saying, "Hey, I'm a huge fan. I'll give him my kidney."
Yeah.
It was there. Did you ever think, "Hey, can I use my celebrity to maybe have one of my fans donate a kidney instead of waiting these 4 years?"
Yeah, a lot of people said they would do that. They would give me a kidney. A bunch of people reached out and said they would give me a kidney, but I'm just really not that type of person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got faith in Allah, and I felt like it was going to happen for me. Like, if it got to the point where, okay, I'm about to die and I need a kidney and somebody wanted to give it to me, then maybe I might have did it. But, like, I'm just like, and then it's a lot with that too. Like, you gotta be able to, they gotta match you. Like, they gotta be your certain blood type. They gotta be healthy enough to give you a kidney. Like, to get a kidney, you have to be healthy enough to get a kidney. You gotta do the workup to get on the transplant list. Like, it's a lot of things that go into that. Alhamdulillah, it's a lot of innovations and things that's happening now where they're doing like cross matching. Say you need a kidney and I need a kidney and I got somebody that match your kidney, and they could give you their kidney, and then somebody that matches my kidney could give me that kidney. So they're doing things like that, and they're coming up with a bunch of new innovative things that's going to assist people. But at the time, it just seemed like it'll be rough to ask somebody to give me a kidney.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you knew about this, but if you go to Iran, they actually have an established program where people will willingly give you their kidney for like $4,000.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at the time. But
Yeah,
now,
I mean,
now I'm on, like, now I got 3 or 4, on standby in case I need it. Like, what I'm saying? That's ready to get cashed out. I'm not even going to have to go back on dialysis, God willing. But
and Iran
like
is
everything.
basically
You gotta
like
learn. You gotta learn the game and like learn what's going on.
Yeah, no, it's basically an established legal program in Iran where that amount of money in Iran will change someone's life for like
most
years.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying? So, so they're willing to just give up their kidney for what to us is not a lot of money, but to them it is a lot of money, and
you can live a healthy, successful life with one kidney. I have one kidney.
Okay.
Like Scarface's son gave him a kidney. He has one kidney and he's living a healthy, productive life.
Dope. Okay, so then 2018 rolls around and you're backstage at a Beyoncé concert in Philly and you run into Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, "Hey, listen, I need this. I'm ready. I want to do another project." And Jay was like, "All right, it's nothing. Let's get it done."
Something like that. Like, it was more of a process than that. It was as simple as that, but it was more of a process. Like, when I did a couple independent albums with a certain independent label, I owed them another project, with things going on to the point where I couldn't even do it at the time, So, I always would stay in touch with Big Homie, let him hear music. When we was at the B-sides, I gave him some new music. Like, anytime we get together, I would let him hear music, always let him know, that I was interested. And, the relationship and the love was always still there. So when I got to the point where I was free and clear and was able to do it, I'm like, "Big Homie, I'm ready. Let's get it done." And he said, "It's nothing." And then, we started getting it done.
Right. So you signed a deal with Roc Nation,
Mm-hmm.
and you put out the Think Free album.
Yes, sir. Yep.
The song Blood Pressure had Lil Wayne on it.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And Swagger on Mayo had Lil Uzi Vert on it.
Yeah. Shout out to both of them.
Yeah. Who has the theme song of Philly right now.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And during this time, you're still awaiting your kidney transplant.
Yeah, still on dialysis, like doing everything, BT Awards, like, doing my own shows. I was blessed enough to go on a couple dates on the On a Run 2 tour. Shout out DJ Khaled, he was bringing me out. I hit a couple cities, I think like 4 or 5 cities on that tour. And, I was doing it on dialysis. I would have to go to the city, do dialysis, then do the show, or do the show, then do dialysis. It was, I had to, no matter where I'm at in the world, I got to do it 3 times a week, 4 hours a day. So I would have to set everything up before I actually go on the road to make sure the dialysis centers was able to take me and give me dialysis.
I mean, you got your kidney in 2019, right? Mm-hmm. How did it feel to finally get a new kidney and no longer have to go for 4 hours, 3 days a week into dialysis?
Listen, man, it's a blessing. Is a gift of life. Exactly what it was, man. It was things that I wasn't able to do that I'm able to do. Like I told you, I was just in Seattle finishing a stimulus package too. I wouldn't have been able to go nowhere for a week and work without having to go to dialysis and having to do that. Soon as I got the kidney, like food tasted amazing. Like I didn't even remember how, when you're on dialysis, it's like really a strain on your body and like you don't have everything that you normally have. So as soon as I got the new kidney, I'm tasting all the herbs and spices and like everything. Like it's just a blessing. And I actually got my kidney, was 22 at the time. I got my kidney from a 22-year-old young man that lost his life, and his family, was gracious enough to let me get the kidney through the Gift of Life program.
Yeah, I think there's didn't they introduce a new program where, inmates in prison can get a reduced sentence if they agree to donate their organs and so forth? You heard about this?
No, I didn't hear nothing about that. But that would be dope though. Like a lot of people look at like being in the organ donation program. Like if I had that on my license and I get in an accident, they're gonna kill me and take all my organs. And it's not like that. Like, it helped me. Like, is one of the reasons why I'm here today, because somebody was in the organ donation program. And the doctors are going to do their job and make sure that they try to save the person. Like if you're in a situation where like you got in an accident or something happened to you, they're not going to kill you to get your organs. They're going to do their best to make sure that you stay alive.
Yeah, I actually looked it up. It's actually a bill in Massachusetts where you can get up to a year reduced if you agree to be an organ donor. We also hear horror stories. I mean, there's a story about this woman who went to DR to get a BBL for like crazy cheap. And when she woke up, her kidney was missing.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful, especially going to them foreign countries and all that. You got to be careful, man,
Yeah.